Okay, time for a new video, and if this is the first video you've seen of mine, then thank you very much for checking it out. Do feel free to take a look at older videos of mine on my channel if you so wish, and if this is yet another video of mine that you're checking out, then thank you very much for doing so. Much appreciated. Today is going to be another Eurovision Song Contest related video. Another Junior Eurovision Song Contest related video. Yesterday, at the time of recording this, was the 16th edition of JESC, staged in Minsk, at the Minsk Arena, the capital city of Belarus. Poland won, 20 countries participated, including 2 debuting nations, Kazakhstan and Wales. You can go back and watch a video in which I discussed my thoughts on each song. The show is now been and gone, so I'm going to do pretty much the same thing again, but having seen the performances. First things first, I want to say, as always, please respect my opinions as I will with yours. Apologies for the average quality of these videos and the fact that I don't edit them, so if I stumble over my words, I apologise in advance. Also, there will be links in the description to my other social media pages, including my blog, where you can read my thoughts on this year's Junior Eurovision rather than listen to my voice, if that's something you'd prefer to do. On my Twitter page, I currently have 3 polls running, and they will be running for another 24 hours at least. One question: would Poland have won if you couldn't vote for your own country? 60 votes so far, 55% say yes. Which country was the most overrated? 37 votes, and Australia have 49%, Malta 41%, Italy 10%. And which country was the most underrated? 44% for Kazakhstan, 39% for Wales, 17% for the Netherlands, after 41 votes so far. So if you'd like to go and vote in that poll on my Twitter page, feel free to do so. So, this year's contest. I have information in front of me just to make sure I don't forget anything. I will say that I didn't watch much of the show live. A, because it's not broadcast on English language television, and also the fact that I was actually doing other things yesterday, which meant I couldn't tune in straight away. It was streamed online. You can go and watch the whole thing again if you want to on the Junior Eurovision Song Contest YouTube channel, which is what I did yesterday evening. It was the first time I'd heard pretty much all of the songs in full. I'd heard most of them, sort of like most of each song, but I hadn't heard pretty much every song completely from start to finish. So yesterday was sort of the first time that happened. Anyway, I'm going to get into it because I'm waffling already. This happens a lot in my videos. You have been warned if you're a newcomer. So here we go. First of all, fantastic production by Belarus, it has to be said. Song 1 was Ukraine, Darina Krasnovetska with Say Love. A lot of songs this year, a sort of mixture of that country's national language and English. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it just felt very unnecessary. This finished 4th with 182 points, finishing 4th in both sets of results. The jury vote and the online vote. Remember, you could vote for your own country in the online vote, which I think is quite unfair, but there we are. I predicted 5th. This wasn't a bad song. I like it more than I did, but it's still really not one of my favourites. It's quite chant-like. Good singer, good performer, lyrics on the LED screen. She was wearing a white outfit. I believe she had a megaphone as well. I like the verses, but the chorus is a bit irritating to me. It was always going to do well, though. Song 2, Portugal. Rita Laranjeira, Gosto de tudo, já não gosto de nada. Performed entirely in Portuguese. 18th place, 42 points. 0 from the juries. That's very harsh. And 42 points from the public, putting it in 13th place in that half of the results. This is actually a really good song. I found the performance very enjoyable. Rita was all in black. Vocally, she sounded pretty solid. There was this moment in the first chorus where her face was sort of on this video screen and all these doodles and patterns were around her. All in all, very good. The verse is better than the chorus, I think. The chorus felt a bit flat. The whole song did feel a bit dated. But if anything, quite an underrated entry from this year's contest. Moving on to song 3. What a fan favourite this was. Kazakhstan, their debut entry. And it was Utsine Sen, the English version translating as Seize the Day, by Danelia Tulashova. Really likeable singer, great voice, white dress, which was a theme this year, performed in Kazakh and English. People thought it would push for the win. It never came close. 6th place, 171 points, 8th with the juries. That's quite low. 3rd with the public. The performance was very professional. This could have easily been an adult Eurovision entry. Great singer. Perhaps it wasn't quite as amazing as it could have been. Perhaps it wasn't quite as amazing as we thought it would be. But still a really great performance. One of my favourites. I predicted 2nd and it came 6th. With Portugal I predicted 19th. It finished 18th. Anyway, moving on. Great entry from Kazakhstan. Really lovely stuff. Song 4 was Albania, Barbie, performed by Efi Gujika, a song that she co-wrote with her mother. Wasn't a fan of the outfit. This was a mixture of Albanian and English. Very Junior Eurovision friendly. I don't think that this was particularly memorable, but the song had fans. It just wasn't enough. 17th place, I predicted 13th. It finished with 44 points. It didn't do very well in either set of results. 10 points from the jury, 34 points from the public. And in the end, a disappointing result for an okay song, but nothing amazing. I really liked her confidence, though. Oh, I do apologise. Just before filming, I had a bit of a nosebleed situation, so if you see me dabbing my nose, you know why. Song 5, Russia. Underrated. I think it's fair to say. Not a great result, actually, for Russia, who usually finish higher up. This was Anna Filipchuk with Unbreakable. Interesting, because, of course, Russia's entry in Lisbon in the adult competition this year was called I Won't Break. This finished 10th with 122 points. It did slightly better with the online voters. 62 points to 60. I predicted 9th. It came 10th, yes. I really liked this. Very solid performance. You had people's faces on the backdrop. There was a band on stage. Perhaps it was too plain. The song didn't have that little something extra about it to really stand out. But it's one of my favourites. Really liked it. Good stuff. Song 6, The Netherlands. I really did think this was going to do a lot better. I considered it a dark horse. One of only 2 nations to have competed in every JESC, of course. This was Max and Anne with Salmon. So a song about fish, of course. I'm joking. I'm joking. That was a terrible attempt at a joke. Salmon meaning together in Dutch. This was performed in Dutch and English. 13th place. I think they'll be very disappointed with that. 91 points. The juries preferred the Italian duo. Instead, 23 points from the juries. 6th with the public, but still 13th overall. I predicted 8th. This was really nice. It's a good song. Maybe it doesn't build up too much. Their vocals were pretty strong. Good chemistry between the 2 of them. I didn't really like the visuals of the 2 of them on the backdrop. Just wasn't really a fan of that. Just made the whole thing a bit more cliched than it needed to be. There were dancers. Not sure they were completely necessary. The emphasis should have solely been on Max and Anne. I thought Max's voice wasn't sensational, but he did this one great long note at the end, which was really great. Anne's voice was consistent throughout. Just a bit of a disappointing outcome. Song 7, Azerbaijan. I think everybody expected this to struggle. It did. 16th place, 47 points. Fidan Husseinova with I Wanna Be Like You. Again, I like this song more than I did before. Very sweet. White dress. But a very plain performance. I'm not sure what could have been done to make this stand out more. I predicted 20th, so last. It finished 16th, as I just said. It didn't do very well in either set of results. And there's not much more to say. Her voice could have been a bit stronger, but you have to bear in mind, these are kids. You know, we have to take that into consideration. None of them are going to be unbelievable world-class singers. Saying that, Federica Falson, who represented Malta the other year, did have, in my opinion, a world-class voice. But that's going off on a massive tangent, not worth talking about in this video. Song 8, the host nation, Belarus. This was Time, performed by Daniel Yastremski, performed in Russian and English. 11th place, again a bit disappointing for Belarus, with 114 points. It did okay with the juries and okay with the online vote. I predicted 10th, it finished 11th. The performance was just really average. The song itself, chilled out, low key, and not that strong. Confident performer, various props on stage, and I think the staging may have helped matters, but still, nothing damn amazing. Gotta be honest. Song 9, Ireland. Bit of a guilty pleasure for many. It's rare that Ireland send an upbeat song to anything. IOU, performed by Taylor Hines, a guy with long hair. He was wearing a gold jacket. Performed in Irish, 15th place, 48 points. 12 from the juries, 36 in the online vote. This was colourful, it was fun, a bit messy, but still fairly enjoyable to listen to and watch. He seemed quite confident, moving about the stage well, a couple of female dancers with him. Not much else to say. Okay, but not sensational, and Ireland just haven't really hit top gear in Junior Eurovision yet, have they? Song 10, Serbia, Svet, which means world, I believe, performed by Bojano Radovanovic. I predicted 17th. I predicted 16th for Ireland. It came 15th, by the way. With Serbia, predicted 17th. It finished in last place. No, it didn't. Oh, that's a typo on my blog. I do apologise. It finished 19th with 30 points. 2 from the juries, who really should have known better. Last in the online vote with 28. This was really nice. It's a good song. It has quite a magical, dreamy feel to it. Good singer, but really average. I hate using that word, but it's true. Nobody was going to really remember this, despite the fact it's a pretty solid, all-round ballad. Disappointing result. Not much else to say. Moving on, Song 11, Italy. Well, this was a bit of a surprise. Melissa and Marco with What Is Love, performed in Italian and English, 7th place. Yes, I don't think many people anticipated that one. 151 points, did very well with the juries, 5th, 8th in the online vote, and 7th overall. I predicted 14th, so I was a bit off with that one. There was a swing, Marco was sitting on it. Everything about this was quite classy, which is not a surprise because it's Italy and they bring class. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Italy and Italian musicians, some of the very best in the world. The Sanremo Festival every year, superb, love it. Anyway, that's going off on another tangent, what a surprise. Fairly good chemistry between the two of them. I think Marco was wearing a suit of sorts, Melissa was in a champagne-coloured dress. She appeared nervous in rehearsals, I didn't really see any sign of that on the big night. Very sweet and classy, and I think it stopped itself from becoming too cliched, if you see what I mean. That's a really good result, though, 7th place. Moving on. Song 12, Australia. Champion, performed by Jael. Really powerful voice. She was in a sparkly silver dress. The backdrop was very uninspired. I think more could have been done in terms of the aesthetic. 3rd place, the same as last year, I believe. The juries love a bit of Australia, don't they? 3rd place, 201 points, almost 2nd place. I predicted 6th. It won the jury vote. Not really a surprise, I guess. The message behind it, very youth-friendly, I guess. It finished 9th in the online vote. 3rd overall. Good song. Not much else to say. I just feel, like with Kazakhstan, it could have had that something extra just to make it really superb. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with me on this. I'd like to hear your thoughts, of course. Song 13, Georgia. Smashing song. Your Voice, Tamar Redelashvili. Predicted 4th. It came 8th. Still not bad, though. Great singer. What a voice. What a voice. She could definitely be at the adult competition in a few years. It finished 3rd in the jury vote and 14th in the online vote. That's low, isn't it? That's low. The song maybe doesn't build up as much as it could, but the performance was fine. She didn't seem out of place on stage. And what I mean by that is her voice did all the work. Some of the performances, the stage was just bare. There needed to be something extra. You know, the Netherlands tried to fill it with two dancers that I don't think needed to be there. But with Georgia and Tamar, it was all about her, all about the voice. I really liked how it looked on screen as well. Superb. 8th place, maybe a bit low in the end. Moving on to song 14, Israel. My least favourite of the year, gotta be honest. Children Like These, performed by Noram Dadon. Predicted 18th, it finished 14th. Still not bad, actually. I think a lot of people thought it might come last. Very, very simplistic ballad. Beautifully put together. Okay voice. I thought he sounded a little shaky at times. But anyway, 14th, 81 points. It finished 11th online and 13th with the juries. And performed in Hebrew. So yet another language in the contest. Song 15 was France, Jamais Sans Toi, Never Without You, performed by Angelina. Predicted first, it came second. The juries put it 6th. A few more points and it may have just moved into first place right at the end. Second in the online vote, as expected really. And second overall, just 203 points. This was fun from start to finish. Such a great Junior Eurovision entry. And bear in mind, this was France's return after over a decade away. A great, great showing, a great result. Really likeable singer. She was wearing dungarees, male dancer, female dancer with her, I believe. There was this sort of hopping dance move. There was a bench. It was colourful. She seemed to be really enjoying herself. Everything was working. Vocals, okay, maybe not sensational, but they're kids. What do you expect? The juries, I think, thinking of the whole package, thought, okay, Roxana from Poland has the slightly better voice here, so we're going to go for her instead, over the arguably more child-friendly French entry. I don't know what their thinking was. But anyway, second place, great result. I would have been happy if France had won, definitely. It just wasn't to be. Song 16, Macedonia. Underrated again? Yep, you might well argue that. Maria Spasowska with Doma, which means home, I think. Performed in Macedonian. 12th place, 99 points. Macedonia love finishing in 12th place in this contest. They did okay with the juries, 9th place, but 16th online. Is that because not many people in Macedonia were watching the show and therefore couldn't vote for their own country because they didn't know about it? I don't really know. It sounds strange to say it, but maybe a country's population plays a part in the online vote. Anyway, really nice song. Not one of my favourites. I just find it a bit too slow. White dress. But classy. Very nicely done. Song 17, Armenia. This was Levon with Levon. Predicted 7th, it came 9th. With Macedonia, I predicted 11th, it came 12th, by the way. This came 9th overall, 125 points. 5th with the online voters. 12th with the juries. This was very silly, let's be honest. But he was quite a charismatic performer. He was bopping about, green outfit, trumpet. It was catchy. The chorus, you know, quite up-tempo, fast-paced. I like it. I really do. But let's be honest, it was never really going to push hard for the win. And I've put on my blog a bit of a silly song that runs out of steam by the end, because it does get a bit repetitive. But Armenia are very good at this. They're very good at sending pop that's catchy with charismatic performers at the helm. They're very good at that. I think of Betty a few years ago, who came third. Her name was Betty, wasn't it? For Armenia when the contest was in Malta one time. Same thing. Charismatic, fun, and very appropriate for the age group, if you see what I mean. Anyway, got to move on. Song 18, Wales. This was the song that came last. What a shame. What a shame. Will Wales be back next year? I don't know. I think that if this entry had finished higher up, maybe it would have paved the way for Scotland to think about participating, Northern Ireland to think about participating, because the UK is not coming back anytime soon. I've heard nothing about that. Perta, which means most pretty, most beautiful, performed by Manu, really likeable singer, all in red, couple of dancers with her. Last place, 0 from the juries, so harsh. And 19th with the online voters. I predicted 15th overall. Very sweet, very charming, really nice, really nice. When I heard the song for the first time after it won the Welsh national final, I thought, this is so dull, but actually it's not. It's really lovely, completely harmless, but people forgot about it. What about if it had been performed in English? Would it have done better? I don't know. Interesting that the jury's top 2 were the only 2 songs, I believe, completely in English. Make of that what you will. Song 19, Malta. Yeah, the juries love a bit of Malta as well, don't they? Especially in the adult competition too. Marching On, performed by Ella, predicted 12th, came 5th. I couldn't believe this when I was watching the voting. I really didn't expect it to do quite so well. 181 points, 2nd with the juries. Unsurprisingly, 12th with the online voters. An okay song, she was all in red. It was a very casual outfit. There was a piano on stage, not sure that was necessary. The performance was okay. The song, it's alright. What else can you say about it? Finally, Poland, the winner. Are we surprised? Nope. Given the popularity of this song, across Europe, it has to be said, it's not a surprise that Poland finally won this competition. The song is okay. Is it really the best of the year? One of the best, yes. But the actual best? I'm not too sure. Saying that, I'm happy it won. I don't want to upset anybody. I'm happy it won. Anyone I want to be, the name of the entry. Roxana Wejgiel, already popular in Poland. I think she's done a bunch of talent shows over there. It won by a fairly narrow margin. 215 points, it came 7th with the juries and won the public vote. Excuse me. I've put on my blog, why did it win? Because you're able to vote for your own country. Fierce nationalism. Last in the running order. Possibly. I mean, Kazakhstan didn't win. Possibly because the performance was lacking that extra something, as I've already said, and it was on early. Poland were on last. She was wearing a white dress with fluorescent patches, couple of dancers. It was an okay performance. I wasn't blown away by it, though. But I'm happy Poland won. It looks like the next year we will be in Poland for the 17th edition of JESC, but not in Warsaw. Because apparently Warsaw, amazingly, doesn't have a good enough venue, despite being the capital of Poland. So it looks like it could be Gdansk. I would imagine Gdansk, most likely. So yeah, what else can I say about the song and the performance? It wasn't bad. That's it. It was okay. You go on to YouTube and all of the Junior Eurovision Song Contest videos from the past couple of days, it's all Polish comments. You know, there's no English language comments really at all that I've seen. I'm sure they're there, but I haven't seen them. Anyway, I'm going off on one now. Poland won. Congratulations. A good song and an alright performance. Fair play. Fair play. What would disappoint me going forwards is if we sort of... I don't really know how to word this. If we sort of get the same thing every year, in which the same couple of countries always do well in the jury vote, and the same few countries always do well in the online vote, and people will argue about the validity of the online system. I just spat at the camera there. I do apologise. I think voting for your own country is really dodgy, and I don't think it should be allowed, because people can manipulate it. And I did hear rumours that it was being manipulated yesterday. Poor countries like Wales and smaller countries like Albania and Ireland, maybe they're just going to struggle every year. I don't know. It shouldn't be the case, but maybe it will happen because of this voting system. Also, really quickly, before I finish up, I want to say, shame on you, Armenia and Azerbaijan. How dare you get away with putting your neighbouring country dead last. Every single jury member from Armenia put Azerbaijan last, I believe, and every single jury member from Azerbaijan put Armenia last. Did I just say that? I'm getting confused. Whoops-a-daisy. All I will say is the EBU really have got to put a stop to this because it's political. It's so obvious that they're not judging the song fairly. They're just putting it last because of the country it is. Absolutely ridiculous. It's a kids' competition. Shame on you. If you are Armenian or Azerbaijani, let me know, because it's a joke. It's a joke. But there we are. Nothing else to say. Next year, Poland. Possibly Gdansk. And until then, I won't be making any more Junior Eurovision related videos, unless you want me to give you my thoughts on older editions of the show. If I get 4, 5, 6 comments on this video saying that yes, you want to see that, you want to hear me talk about them, then I will start filming them possibly next year now, because there's quite a few things going on in my life between now and Christmas and the New Year as well. But if you want me to do that, sorry, let me know. Okay, I'm going to stop filming now. Feel free to leave comments and vote in that Twitter poll, those Twitter polls, if you so wish. This was much longer than I expected. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.